This is nScreenNoise. My name is Colin Dixon, founder and chief analyst at nScreen Media, and today is January 16th, 2015. Maker Studios seems to be continuing the great momentum they got going last year after their purchase by Disney. Last week, the company announced that it was part of Dish's new Sling TV. Now, you remember Sling TV is bringing a basket of broadcast channels to web customers direct for about $20 a month. Well, Maker is also part of that solution with a Best of Maker service, and of course that fits very well given that the focus of Sling TV is millennials. Well, this week they announced that they have they've completed a deal with Vimeo, the website for video, and that what Vimeo will be doing is they'll actually be funding Maker to create some exclusive content for release through Vimeo's on-demand website. This is a great deal again for Maker Studios, and I think it really helps them continue the momentum, and it increases the number of outlets that Maker is making its stuff available to, which is good because one of the objectives of the company is to be much less reliant on YouTube. So I think this is a great deal for Maker, and I expect to see a lot more deals similar to this going forward. Now, Philips uWand released information this week from a survey that they did, but I want to preface this discussion of this data because this is for industry insiders. That's tech professionals, telecom professionals, and people in the digital media business. And it's I think about 110, 111 of those tech professionals that are actually serviced. However, the information that was found out about smart TVs was actually pretty interesting and could be a leading indicator of where the rest of the market is going. What Philips uWand found was that about 50% now of that tech group, that elite group rather, have actually got a smart TV now, and virtually all of them have that thing connected. And one of the biggest things that they're doing, of course, is video. They're using catch-up TV services like TV Everywhere to watch a lot of video on those TVs. About 61% of people are doing that, and of course that's well above where the general population is, where we've got about 30% of folks using TV Everywhere today. What they did find was that the more text-oriented or web-oriented stuff isn't working very well on the smart TVs anymore. Social TV, for example, is being used much less. About 10% said that they were using social TV on their smart TV, down from 30% in 2012. And we saw a similar drop in just plain old browsing, which went down equally dramatically. But more surprising, gaming has fallen pretty dramatically on smart TVs as well. Casual games are very popular on the television, but apparently only about 12% now are doing gaming through their smart TV platform. Now, Philips uWand, which makes a camera-based system for recognizing pointing and gestures for control of the television interface, understandably is pointing the blame at the interface for the smart TVs themselves, and in particular having to use the up, down, left, right on the remote control, which I tell you, and you know this too, is a terrible experience for controlling the TV these days, particularly smart television. But I also think that something else is at play here, and that is the rise of mobile computing. Over the last 2 years, which Philips uWand was comparing data between 2012-2014, we've seen a massive increase in the availability of mobile platforms such as smartphones and tablets. So I think that's probably equally to blame as the interface for the drop in uses of social browsing and gaming on the television. And finally, NimbleTV, you remember I reported last year, was a service that was really focused on bringing us our pay television, but over the web. It was very different to the way Aereo was doing things. Nimble would, for a price, would manage your set-top box that you have from your subscription of pay TV in the cloud and just send you everything over the internet. Well, this week the company announced that they were actually shutting down that operation, and Anand Subramanian, the CEO, said that they were really focusing now on developing a new service after learning very much from the old service. They wanted to improve, and so they were totally going to focus on developing this new service. Well, that same day, later in the day, Synacor announced that they were actually buying NimbleTV. Now, Synacor has been very involved with operators in helping them get TVE and services like TVE up and running, particularly as regards authentication services. And I think it makes a lot of sense for them to take NimbleTV in-house and use that technology and the technology expertise of the team to help Synacor build out a more full cloud TV infrastructure that they can bring to bear on operators, that they can bring to operators that they can launch cloud TV services on. So I think this is a good outcome for NimbleTV, a good place for the technology, and I expect to see Synacor announce a platform later on this year that's a much more complete cloud TV platform. Well, that's it for this week. We'll see you again next time.